Assalamu alaikum guys. I'm back with second part of French Revolution. So today we'll learn what happened in the remaining part of French Revolution. Uh, so here we start. But before we start, I'd like to ask you guys to please subscribe and share my channel with other people so that the good information could be spread easily. Thank you. So second part starts from Reign of Terror. I'll surely give you the link in the description for the first part. Okay, so it starts here. Reign of Terror. The darkest period of the French Revolution is called the Reign of Terror. We lasted from September 1793 to 1794. During this time, a man named Maximilien Robespierre led the National Convention and the Committee of Public Safety. He wanted to stamp out any opposition to the revolution, so he called for a rule of terror. Laws were passed that said any suspected of treason could be arrested and executed by guillotine. Thousands of people were executed, including Queen Mary Antoinette and many of the Robespierre's political rivals. According to records, 16,594 people were executed with the guillotine. It's possible that up to 40,000 people died in prison or were killed during the Reign of Terror. By July 1794, people began to turn against Maximilien de Robespierre. He and his revolutionary tribunal had killed 1,300 people in 6 weeks. On 27 July, the National Convention and the Committee of Public Safety turned against him. Robespierre tried to get help from the convention's right-wing members, but he failed. On July 27, the Reign of Terror comes to an end as Robespierre is overthrown. July 28, Robespierre is executed by guillotine. The Directory. This period lasted between 95 to 99. The Directory was the name of the government that ruled France during the final stage of the French Revolution. The government was based off a new constitution called the Constitution of Year 3. The Directory ruled France for 4 years from November 2, 1795 to November 10, 1799. It came into power after the Reign of Terror, when the country was ruled by the Committee of Public Safety. When the Directory came into power, it was faced with many problems, including widespread famine, civil war, internal corruption, and wars with neighboring countries. There was also a struggle for power within the Directory between royalists and radical revolutionaries. As the Directory moved from crisis to crisis, the people became unhappy with the new government. The Directory used military force to put down uprisings. They also annulled elections when they didn't like the results. Despite these struggles, the Directory did help France to recover somewhat from the terror and set the stage for future governments. As the Directory became more and more corrupt, the military leader of France grew in power. One particular general, Napoleon, had gained many victories on the battlefield. On November 9, 1799, he overthrew the Directory and established a new government called the Consulate. He established himself as the first consul and would later crown himself emperor. What was the main purpose of the French Revolution? When the French Revolution broke out in 1789, its main purpose was to address the financial problems of the regime. It was tricolor cockade. People used to use this as a badge or to express themselves as revolutionary. The Farragut caps were also used by revolutionaries. Here's a glimpse of what went during the revolutionary times. Causes of French Revolution: political, social, and economic. Internal cause: struggle for hegemony and empire outstrips the fiscal resources of the state. Political cause: during the 18th century, France was the center of autocratic monarchy. The French monarchs had unlimited power and they declared themselves as the representative of God. They enjoyed unlimited power. By the latter decade, They arrested any person at any time and imprisoned them. They paid no attention towards their subjects' social cause. The social condition of France during the 18th century was very miserable. The then French society was divided into three classes: the clergy, nobles, and common people. The first and second state, the clergy, about 1% of population, and the nobility, also 1% of population, enjoyed all the privileges and rights, but the third state, everyone else, around 98%, had to pay taxes and taxes paid to church and the court. The clergy belonged to the first state. The clergy was subdivided into two groups, that's the higher clergy and the lower clergy. Higher clergy occupied the top position in the society. They managed the churches, monasteries, and educational institutions of France. They did not pay any tax to the monarch. They exploited the common people in various ways. The higher clergy lived in the midst of scandalous luxury and extravagance. The common people had a strong hatred towards the higher clergy. On the other hand, the lower clergy served the people in true sense of the term, and they lived a very miserable life. The nobility was regarded as the second state in the French society. They also did not pay any tax to the king. The nobility was also subdivided into two groups, the court nobles and the provincial nobles. The court nobles lived in pomp and luxury. They did not pay any heed towards the problems of the common people of their areas. On the other hand, the provincial nobles paid their attention towards the problems of the people, but they did not enjoy the same privileges as the court nobles enjoyed. The third state formed a heterogeneous class. The farmers, cobblers, sweepers, and other low classes belonged to this class. The condition of the farmers was very miserable. They paid the taxes like tally, taxes, and cabal. In spite of this, the clergy of the noble and the nobles employed them in their fields and curve. The bourgeoisie formed the topmost group of the third state. The doctors, lawyers, teachers, businessmen, writers, and philosophers belonged to this class. They had the wealth and its social status. But the French monarch, influenced by the clergy and nobles, ranked them as a third state. So they influenced the people for revolution. They aroused the common people about their rights. Thus, the common people became rebellious. The lower clergies and the provincial nobles also joined their hands with the common people along with the bourgeoisie. So the French Revolution is also known as the Bourgeois Revolution, because it was triggered as a result of convincement by teachers, businessmen, writers, and philosophers. What was the economic cause? The economic condition of France formed another cause for the outbreak of the French Revolution. As the 18th century drew to a close, France's costly involvement in the American Revolution and extravagant spending by King Louis and his predecessor had left the country on the brink of bankruptcy. The financial strain of servicing all debt and the excesses of the current royal court caused dissatisfaction with the monarchy, contributed to national unrest, and culminated in the French Revolution of 1789. The high price of bread and low wages given to workers caused the ordinary people to suffer from hunger and malnutrition. This made them dislike the rich nobles who had the money to eat well and build huge houses. Ineffective ruler. Louis was ineffective ruler. What were the ideas of the French Revolution? The ideas of the French Revolution were drawn from the Enlightenment, influenced by the British political system, inspired by the American Revolution, and shaped by local grievances. The best known expression of French revolutionary ideas was the slogan "Liberty, Equality, Fraternity." Outcomes of the French Revolution. The most concrete result of the French Revolution achieved in 1789 to 1791, when land was freed and the old corporate society was destroyed. This abolition of feudalism promoted individualism but probably retarded the growth of a capitalistic economy. Culture was also affected, with the revolution permeating every creative domain. However, there is still debate over whether the revolution permanently changed the social structures of France or whether they were only alert in the short term. Europe also changed. The most important achievement, arguably the most important achievement of the French Revolution, is the French Constitution, declaration of the rights of man and citizen. The biggest highlight of all is that men are born free and equal in rights. Summary. The French Revolution was a period of time in France when the people overthrew the monarchy and took control of the government. The French Revolution lasted 10 years from 1789 to 1799. The importance of the French Revolution. Other than the Protestant Reformation and World War I, the French Revolution is the most important period in modern European history. The revolution birthed the modern nation state. It ended the last vestiges of feudalism in Western and Central Europe. It spread Enlightenment ideas across Europe. That's all, folks. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day. Take care. Allah Hafiz.